Hi, I'm Ruben. Introduce yourself, boy.
I go by many names. Yeah, I go by many names. The one I use for this one, Biofin.
Alright, so I'm Ruben, that's Biofin. And we're here to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. No, I'm playing. We're just here to talk about life, you know? Like, fucking. Have you guys actually thought about what that shit is? Like that shit is just a word.
That's funny. That was a funny one.
like, life is just a word we assign to whatever this shit is. So what is this shit, right? Like we just go through about our daily lives, just like, oh, everything's normal. But like, I want to get to the bottom of this shit. What is this shit? Cause think about it, we're talking apes on a fucking rock, like flying through space, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. Like, how the fuck is that not magic? Like, that's not fucking normal.
Facts. Non-fiction.
And then
Factual.
when you talk about shit like this, and people try to paint you like crazy, like oh, simmer down, you know, like just relax, do you know, go have a drink, go do this, go do that, and it's like, I don't want like that doesn't make me feel good. What makes me feel good is getting to the bottom of this shit, right?
Facts. Facts. Whoa, simmer down. Simmer
Simmer
down.
down, simmer down. It's like, what you telling me to simmer down for? I'm calm as fuck. I just asking a question, you know? And and the funny thing is, when you ask these questions, like, I used to not believe in God, right? But when you ask these questions, even if in your mind you still don't believe in God, he like points you to the answers. And then they don't always come in the way you expect. But like, he reveals shit to you, right? So it's like when you're a kid, and they say you're closest to God when you're a kid, right? You have this wonder. You ask these same questions. You have this wonder, all these dreams, right? And then people tell you that, they tell you to quiet down. You shouldn't behave this way, act that way, and that gets you all jaded, right? That gets you all that turns you into the monster that they are, right? And it's like, when you start asking these questions again, right? Because shit feels off. Like I don't know I don't know who's gonna watch this video. Maybe I'll get like no views. Maybe I'll get 100. Who fucking knows? But I don't know about you guys, but like, life just never felt right to me. Like, I've tried the whole fitting into groups. I've tried the whole like doing this, doing that, and it never worked out. It never felt right. So I started asking those questions again. And then God started revealing things to me. And I had a friend, right? And this friend, like, he was my brother. Like, I considered him family, right? Like, more family than my actual family, right? Sorry to my family members who might watch this, but like, he was my brother, right? And that was because I found them at a point in time when, like, I felt like I had no one and nothing, and he was there to pick up the pieces. Um, but this whole time, he was just giving me just enough to make me think that he's my friend. But the whole time, he was talking shit behind my back, and he was doing this to many other people too. Like he would tell me about like people he would date and shit, and he would tell me that their problems, stuff like that, and he would paint them. He would paint himself as the victim and paint them as monsters, right? And then when God revealed to me that he's doing that to me, and I left, this nigga started stalking me and doing all this weird shit, and trying to attack my mental again, saying shit like I'm crazy and whatnot. But it's like, I'm just chilling, bro. Like, I just wanna sit down, hug a tree, meditate, talk to God, like, look at the birds. Like life is beautiful. It's not all despair. Like, if you walk outside and hear a bird chirp, like, there's like, how can you think that's not beautiful? You get what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yo, yeah. I agree. I agree.
Like, I think, oh, can I get the lighter again? You know, I look at society, and I look at the
I gave
problems.
it to you. I gave it to you.
Where the fuck did I put it? Oh, I look at society and its problems, right? We live. We live in America, right? Or at least me and this guy, we live in America. Land of opportunity, right? You can make your dreams happen. But if you think about it, that shit is rigged as fuck, right? Because the ones at the top, they don't want you to get to the top, right? They want the top all for themselves. So they're gonna rig it in a way where you can't get there. They make you think you can get there. But that's okay because you don't have to play that game, right? You just make your own game. You make your own game. Money can always be made. You just have to be like, all right, how do I make this money? All right, I'm gonna make this money this way. I'm gonna go make that money, and you make that money, right? It doesn't have to be do this, do that, do this, do that, because if you play into their game, then you're just gonna lose. So you win by just not playing at all. And it's funny because I think a lot about like why shit like this happens, and like I kind of understand. It comes from a place of like, well, when I was a kid, I didn't have shit, so and no one gave me shit. So when I grow up and I have shit, I'm not gonna give it to anybody. Like I get that. I get that you want to be protective, but then I started thinking, well, that's the mentality that the people at the top have. They don't want to give shit to anybody. So how do you make a world where the ones at the top have shit and the ones at the bottom also have shit? Well, you make your own. You make your own. You make your own world, and then the people who stand beside you, you share, right? Like me and this nigga, me and this guy, right? We were talking, and we were like, bro, I think we're better than 90% of the people alive just because we share our things.
Facts.
Right? Like, you have people we were at the gas station the other day, right? And we're buying a water bottle, and the water is 125, right? It's like a little weird or whatever. It's 25 cents, but it's like water should honestly be free. It's a necessity. Like people die. There's people in other countries that die for water. And so my buddy here, he's trying to get a 25-cent discount, and the guy is busting her ass over it. And it's like, why are you busting our ass for 25 fucking cents? Like just do us a solid. It's just water, right? Like you're already making a profit. You're an establishment. You're a gas station, right? And to tell them about the story about the family with the chicken.
Family with the chicken.
Yeah, where they have nothing and they give the chicken.
Oh yeah. So I was in Yemen, which is a country right next to Egypt. For the people that don't know, because there's a lot of people that actually don't know about this country, which is fine because there's many countries that I don't know of. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, you don't know this country when Antigua is a country in the islands that I had no idea about, and it's fucking oops, and it's that's why I stopped acting like that when people would say they don't know when I stopped doing that. But that's besides the point. The chicken, like these guys are very poor out here. They're literally just working to keep the lights on. Literally, they're not making any profits. They're literally just working to keep their restaurant alive. So they're literally just working to pay for the chicken, to sell the chicken, to keep the lights on or whatnot. And there's people that don't have anything, and they come and they ask for some chicken, and they give them the chicken, even though literally they may not be able to feed their own family or feed their own children, and they're willing to share with these people. It's like we in America we have a lot of privilege and we have a lot of freedom, and yet we still and we take advantage of that, and people just don't have any dignity or like any character or any morals in America, when you can go to a place where it's literally super poor and they're more respectful and more kind to people.
Yeah,
So
and
it's weird.
that goes to show is like when it comes to life, it's not about what you have, because it's like people talk about, oh, I wanna be successful. What defines success? Is success having a bunch of cars and money? Because if that's what success is, I don't want that shit. Have you seen the people at the top? They're clearly not happy. And you can say, oh, cope, but like it's fucking true, because if they were happy, they wouldn't be flaunting it. They wouldn't be arguing and bickering all the fucking time about this and that, and like, yeah, like who gives a fuck? If you're truly happy, you don't flex, you share, right? Like the fact that people in a third world country, right, that's war torn, like the fact that they still have the heart to share, yeah, while here in America, like you have everything, and like, and you're busting somebody's ass for 25 cents, like how, like, to me, those people in that country are far more successful than us here, because they have gratitude. And honestly, that's what God is. God is gratitude. It's like people over here killing each other in the streets over petty bullshit. And it's like, bro, I'm grateful to fucking be alive. Like that's why I'm alive, right? It's like if you think about where I'm from, I'm from the Bronx, right? I'm a 25-year-old man, and if we're going off by the definition of success here, I'm not very successful. So you would think I'd go be with a gang, and do this and do that for money. But it's like, no, because I know all that bullshit ain't gonna make me happy. I could have $1 million, but if I'm not happy within myself, I'm not actually successful, right? I'm happiest and I'm just existing. When I'm existing, like just doing the shit that makes me happy, right? And it's like that's what people don't understand. They go with what they're told, and then when that shit don't work out, they're like, well, why didn't it work out? Well, it's because you went with what you're told and not what you know, right? As someone who's like spiritual, something I've been realizing is that we're not our brains. Our brains is just a tool. It's just a part of us. First and foremost, we are a spirit. We are a soul, and your soul knows everything about you. Your soul chose to be here on Earth, so it's like your soul knows what's gonna happen to you at age 50 before you're age 50, right? So it's like you're already going towards the way that you want to go. It's just like whether or not you decide to go with it or not, because that's what free will is, right? God gave us free will. So it's like your soul knows, your heart sees, and then your brain perceives. Which is why, if you think about shit like the media, and let's say if you go to church or whatever, anywhere you go, it's always like you should watch out for this, you should watch out for that, right? It's all about fear, because fear is how they control you. Fear is how they take away your power, right? But if you step back for a second, if you just step back and you just observe, like this is what I've been doing. It's funny. I literally, the way I explain it, I stopped existing in reality, right? I took a step back and I started observing instead of living. And I looked at God. I'm like, are you seeing this shit? Are you seeing this shit? He looks back at me. He's like, yeah, I'm seeing this shit. I'm seeing this shit. Because it's like, it's like, if the world really is an awful place, why not try to make it better? Like life is already hard enough, right? Life is already hard enough. And if you keep doing bad shit, things only get worse. But if you try to do something good, yeah, life is still going to be hard, but at least things are going to get better because you're trying. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm not trying to paint myself like some kind of hero here or whatever, because at the end of the day, I'm just human. We're all human. Like, I believe we're all God, but we're in a human body. So it's like we're having a human experience. At the end of the day, we all do bad shit. We all do good shit. It's just, can we take a step back and learn, right? Because it's like, if you think about like jobs and shit like this, and there's nothing wrong with jobs, but it's like when you think about the perspective of having to do something, right? It's like you get stressed all about having to do some shit, so then you do something else to numb the stress of having to do that. But at the end of the day, the stress is still there. So it's like that's just prison. That's literally just prison. It's like we trap ourselves in a mental prison, and the only way to escape it is to just stop thinking. You know, but that's my 2 cents. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe that sometimes if you can just if you can figure out, which is not that, it's not rocket science, to sustain yourself, learn how to build a fucking tent, or learn how to build a tent, learn how to grill some chicken or something, learn how to plant some berries. You literally could take a berry and put it in the soil and it will start growing.
Yes, this would be self-sustaining.
Yeah, so if you can just do that, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to live in this city life where it's just so wrecking, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because at the end of the day, everybody needs balance. Everybody on this planet needs balance.
Facts.
So if you can't find balance in whatever you're doing, then you need to stop doing it. So, and a lot of times people can't find a balance, or having a job, because then that requires, some people have to commute to their job, and then now that requires them, okay, how they're going to commute. You know what I'm saying? What if there's no buses? Now they have to get a car. Okay, now they have to pay car insurance. Now they have to pay car note. Like, you're literally paying all this shit for no reason. For no reason at all. Why? Just so the people in the offices and the suit and tie can eat steak and all this. And it's like we're really just working for food. We're not working to buy the newest. I'm not working to buy the newest iPhone. I'm literally just working to sustain myself. I don't need it. When I was a kid, yeah, I wanted a luxurious lifestyle. The more I've matured, none of that doesn't bring anything to me. What's it about is the relationships I have with my friends and family, and my daily bread, and my mental health.
And that doesn't mean. And that doesn't mean, you have to live a minimalist life and live in rags. If you want a Rolls Royce, get that Rolls Royce. But the point is that that's not the important part, right? The life is just respect, love, and compassion. That's it. Once you have those 3 things, everything else kind of just falls in line, right? Maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow. Maybe it doesn't happen in a year. But down the line, like, the universe rewards, like, goodness, right? And I know it may not seem like that way, but that's just because, that's what we're taught to perceive, But at the end of the day, just how people in the worst situations can be happy and people in the best situations can be miserable, happiness is a choice at the end of the day. It's a hard choice, but it is a choice. Like, I used to be someone who was always like in shit, like life happened to me. I let life happen to me, and I would always be down in the dumps about it. Like, I may not have overshown it or whatever. Like when people look at me, they think I'm like, I don't know, cold. I'm intense. I've heard that before. People have said I'm very intense, and I kind of see why. But the reason it's that way is because I've been dealing with some demons in my head, Like, everyone has demons in their head, but like, people just shove those demons under the rug. But like, they're always gonna come back. Oh, every fucking time. So the way to deal with it is not sweeping it under the rug. What you gotta do is you can be like, okay, give me a second. Well, why are you bringing this to my attention? All right. And when you start doing that, then it's like these demons, like, they transform into your guardians. Right? It's like then you start seeing it in other people. You start seeing like what to avoid, where to go, and shit like that. And for me, right now, I would say I'm in this weird place where I feel like I'm in between worlds right now. I'm in between the reality that I thought I knew and the reality that I'm going to. And I have no idea where I'm going. I always used to be afraid of not knowing where I was going. Right? But that's because I was the driver of the experience. I was driving, I'm driving this car, and I'm just thinking, there got to a day where I was just like, oh, fucking Lord have mercy, I swear to God, Jesus, if you don't take this wheel from me, I'm gonna drive myself straight into the fucking river. And so he's like, bet, I got you. Let me take it from here. You just sit in the passenger seat. So now I'm with my feet kicked up in the air on the passenger seat. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm not afraid. I'm just like, I know where I'm going has to be better than where I was. And just knowing that God has my back, like I feel completely untouchable. Like I feel great all the fucking time. And like my point is that anyone can do this. Anybody. Cause me, I'm just some fucking dude from the Bronx. Like, you know. But if I can just overcome depression, anxiety, projections of other people, like if I can do that, you can do that. Anybody can fucking do that. I've seen kids do that. Like fucking it's hard, but it's possible, I'm not sure what called me to make this video. I guess that's God, because that's what it is. Like I said, I believe we're all God. Like whatever you feel called to do, whatever you feel is gonna make you happy, just go do it. All right, but don't be attached to don't have expectations, because that's another trap, right? If you expect something to work out and then it doesn't, then you're gonna beat yourself up over it. But you gotta be like, well, why did it not work out? Everything's a lesson. Everything is a lesson. Everything happens for a reason, right? So you gotta life is about, you're your own greatest teacher, but you can also learn from other people, and it's all about just paying attention. That's basically all. Just it. You just gotta pay attention. But yeah, I usually don't make videos like this. I've never thought about making a video like this, but today I was just like, yeah, let me just talk into a camera. Let me just fucking do that. I guess God wants me to share my truth, and that's exactly what everybody should be doing. Speak your truth, all right? Not what people tell you is the truth. Not even what you think is the truth, but what you feel is the truth. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I believe your soul already knows everything about you. So whatever you feel, just go do it. All right. And that's it. You got anything else to share?
I was gonna say, oh yeah, I haven't ruled I haven't ruled out God can be in all of us, because we literally have the free will to do anything that we want, and it's like that's something of godly, right? That you can literally do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Literally, that's godly. You know what I'm saying? Animals have roles. They go hunt, but us humans, we can literally do anything. So that's why I haven't ruled that out, and I kind of right now I kind of believe that as well, that we do have God inside of all of us. So that's a good step in the right direction. And what was the last thing you said?
That just do what makes you happy.
Yeah, exactly. Do what makes you happy, bro. Because at the end of the day,
life is meant to be enjoyed.
At the end of the day, for your family, bro, it's like they brought you into this earth, but it's like if you try to live in their shadow, you're just gonna be overcompensating or undercompensating on something. You'll never.
And it's never gonna be enough. It's never gonna be enough.
You'll never be satisfied.
Like if you ever feel like unworthy, that's where that comes from. That comes from you trying to match up to other people's standards. But you gotta realize that other people don't even match their own standards. So why the fuck are you trying to impress them? You get what I'm saying? The only person you should be trying to impress is yourself. And that's the brass tacks of it, Like life is hard, but it's simple, and we overcomplicate it,
Right.
But yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
As Charlie says, see ya.